Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Tuesday here in Melbourne. Of course, here on our 10th year celebration here of our station. Of course, let's go to our great friends up in my best part of the city. Of course, that is in Brisbane. And of course, speak with, the defending champions of the A1 women's competition in softball. That is the Brisbane Panthers softball club. And of course, we got a couple of very special guests from that team to join us to tell us all about it. Thanks all you for joining us.
Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having us.
No worries. Well, I'll get all you to introduce yourselves and tell us what position you were involved in on the field or on the bench.
I'll go. I'm Sherry and I'm the catcher.
I'm Stacey and I was the shortstop.
I'm Justine and I was the pitcher.
I'm Maya and I played third base.
Did that just need me? I'm Ray and I'm the bloke who writes the lineup out and sends them out there, otherwise known as the coach.
Tell us a bit about the season and how did it all pan out? Other than the grand final, which we'll talk about that shortly.
I'll give an overview of what I thought of it, Will. A fantastic season. We only lost the one game, and that was to the mighty Red Sox, who I believe you spoke to a couple of weeks back, and tip of the cap to them because they were fantastic. So we lost the one game all season to them, and just had outstanding season. We just had so many excellent games. We had strong pitching. Justine, of course, is here, and we also have Brooke McNamara, who's an excellent starting pitcher. The offense was great, and a very, very pleasing contribution from people like Young Amaya there, who had her first full season in A1, and there was also Sophie and Mackenzie, who played their first full seasons, and were all terrific. And even under the pressure of semi-final and finals play, they were top notch. So very, very happy to be associated with these guys. It's quality from top to bottom.
Me. Oh, okay. I would just concur with what Ray said, really. It was only one loss all season's a pretty good record to have, and you don't want to go into a grand final with one loss and lose it. So, just full credit to everyone. We had, the young girls that came up and played their first full season in A1 was a credit to them. They were generally filling in. They've been filling in for us for years, so they certainly know what they're doing now. So it was a great season all round. Good leadership from Ray. He lets us do our thing, and the club always just supports us just as well. So very fun.
Now let's talk a bit about the grand final. Of course, you did play against the Red Sox in that grand final. Of course, as Ray mentioned, yes, I did interview them a couple of weeks ago. Now, I want to get this team's point of view of the grand final. Now, of course, what they were saying that it was pretty close right throughout until probably the very last innings of the game when you started to pull away, or maybe the second last innings when you started to pull away. Was that the true reflection of the game? And I'm assuming they sort of told the story pretty accurately.
Yeah, I'd say that was a great account.
Sorry, I'm just going to say, it was pretty close the whole way, just like the semi-final, which was probably even closer. We might have been a touch lucky to actually win that one, but in the grand final, it was 0-0 for a long time, and then we had a nice little rally there, and one of the people on this screen here did something good that sort of iced the game, which was really, really cool. And Maya, you can talk all about that if you like. Talk us through it, champion.
No, worries. Just hit it over. Pretty great feeling. Running around, and especially like in the game, like it was so. It was 0-0 up until that moment, and just having that be the moment where we scored runs and everything, it was a pretty cool feeling, and everyone was just pumped up and everyone was screaming and everyone in the outfield was screaming and everyone was just losing their minds, and it was pretty cool.
Not only did she hit it over, we had runners on first, second, and third. So a grand slam in our game is very rare. So for May to hit that in the grand final, is a very special moment.
Exactly was I was going to ask. May mentioned before, you hit the grand slam with loaded bases. What was your feeling like when you stepped up onto the plate?
I was trying to just Anne, so she was in the dugout. She's a player. She was just telling me, she's just like, hit it on the ground right side. So when I went to bat, I was like, okay, I want to put it on the ground right side. That's all I was thinking, and didn't execute that. But I mean, I'm not complaining. So.
Yeah, too. I should have dragged you. You didn't execute that. Actually, the other guys can speak, but I should say, and of course, May's hit was sensational. But speaking for the other players, the defence and the pitching were just sensational. Kept it close the whole way, and we were so tight as far as our defensive capabilities go. And Justine has just been fantastic all year and had a dominant year in not only our league but pretty much every league she's been around. So I want to give her a rap too. Sorry, I'm monopolising time. Someone else speak.
So, I need to ask you to follow up from that question, which is when you hit it, did you knew that it was going to go all the way?
No, I thought I saw Janice, like she was the centre fielder. I saw her running and I saw her stop, so I thought she had picked up the ball and was getting ready to throw, and I kind of took it easy around first, and I thought she was getting ready to throw, so I was like gassed it to 2, and then I saw the umpire doing that, so I knew it had gone over, and then after that I was kind of just like, that did not just happen, and started freaking out a bit. But no, straight off the bat, I didn't think that it went over. I thought it was just like it felt good, but I was like, I didn't know where that was going.
So, Justine, I need to ask you this question as a pitcher. Now, obviously, the Red Sox got a chance to bat again and see if they could actually get those runs again. What was your feeling when you came out onto, the field to almost ice the game?
I think it's comforting to know you've got runs behind you as a pitcher. I think, 1 or 2 and it's like, okay, it's tight, but when you get 4, there is a bit of security there. So I think after that grand slam, there was, Red Sox, they're great hitters, but it was certainly comforting to know that we kind of had run security to help us through kind of at that point too, which was nice, and backed with the best defensive team in the league. I mean, all I knew was I needed to get them to put the ball on the ground. We had everything else covered.
I have to ask all of you this question, which is, was there a certain point in that last innings for the Red Sox that you felt, we've got this?
I certainly thought we had it as soon as Amaya's hit went over. I mean, Justine won the award, the June Spice Award in our league for the best player in the league. So if you've got your best pitcher on the mound, and she'd already done a great job containing the hitters, so when you get 4 runs with your Australian pitcher and the best pitcher in the league on the mound, you can feel pretty comfortable. Like Duzzy said, I felt just as comfortable as she did.
Yeah, I agree with that. Juzzy had a good thing going all game. We'd gotten out of some tight situations early on with runners on for them. So I think just having those runs behind us gave us like that little bit of confidence. Just we knew we could finish it off. We just had to stick to our plan, and we had a bit of security behind us after that hit, and we just had to keep doing what we've been doing all game.
Yeah, and also kudos to Shez behind the plate. I mean, as a battery, I think that game in particular, we worked really well together and we were very tidy, made sure that, we had everything planned, and we completed our scouting on the opposition. So I think we were certainly prepared to go into that game for the win.
Yeah, definitely.
Now I have to ask, especially to the two Aussie players that just got back from camp. Now I have to ask, how much scouting was it to try to scout your two fellow Australian teammates in Tamika and Janice?
That's a tough one because a lot of the training sessions I throw to them. So as it works both ways. I learn about them, they learn about me. It's who can use it best to their advantage on game day. So I think you can certainly look at it both ways.
And I have to ask, how was the banter like all the way to Canberra between you two and, of course, the two Red Sox players?
Oh, it's nice to have one up, isn't it, in those situations when you have to face them again? But we're pretty respectful people, so we didn't give them too much stick. We did hear that you had spoken to them and you had told them that they were your favourite team. So we were going to question that. We're going to question you with that today.
Yeah.
Check if that's still what you thought.
Run.
I knew they would mention that.
Is there any response to the question?
We're nice too, though.
Well, we'll get on to that one in a moment.
Good deflection.
Now, I have to ask, how good was it to win the Premiership against them?
Yeah, well, that's what you play softball for, isn't it? To win the championship, you don't sort of go out and hope to lose. So I think, as a group, we've got a really good group at Panthers, a strong community in our club. There was a bunch of our club down there watching, so it's always nice to have support from your club and get the win on the night. So I thought it was great.
Yeah, it meant a lot. It means a lot to get a win because there's people in our club put in a lot of work to bring this team together and to bring all the teams in the club together. So when you have a win, you want to make sure they're on it as well about the whole thing. But I also want to take a bit of a moment just to say how good it was to have Red Sox back in the league. They are a club with a long history in the Brisbane comp and a very successful club, and they through whatever reasons weren't able to field teams in the previous season, and it just didn't feel the same, even though Red Sox have beaten up on teams I've coached for years. You still want them in the league because we want the league to be as good as it can. So having them back was very good, and to be a good team, and we knew they were a good team, is very special.
I think for me, that was my first A-grade grand final, where I got to play. So getting to be a part of that and winning on top of that, it was such a surreal feeling, and felt great. Always good to win.
Yeah, I agree. It's always getting to a grand final is always an amazing thing, and getting to come away with the win at the end obviously tops off a great season. We have a lot of fun playing together and we enjoy playing together. So to come out on top is kind of tops it all off. Yeah.
And I'm the same, agreeing with what everyone said. And I think what was also really special about the grand final was the amount of people that showed up to watch the game as well, and just the atmosphere around the field. It hasn't been like that for a couple of years. We've been in the last couple of grand finals, so it was certainly very special. And to be able to share it with a lot of the club that hung around to watch and support us was even more special too.
How did all you get involved in softball, and why did you choose it?
I started playing softball because my mum played as a kid, and I'm one of three girls, so my elder sister played softball as well. So I pretty much just grew up around the softball field and loved the game from a very early age. So that's why I play, and I continue to love the game, so I continue to play.
I'll ditto that, Juz. I was the same. My mum played softball at school, and and got myself and my sister into it, and yeah, just rolled on with it and still rolling on with it.
I started playing, I think I was about 9 when I started playing. Had kind of dabbled in a few different sports, netball and touch and all those kind of things, and started playing some softball because of a teacher at school, and yeah, just fell in love with the game and kind of kept playing the others for a little bit, but softball was the choice, and yeah, still love playing, and here we are many years later, and yeah, still loving it.
Yeah, I think I was 8 or 9 and I wanted to impress mum. So I was like, I heard she did softball, so I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And signed up at Noosa and then just fell in love with it basically. And yeah, here we are 10 years later, still going.
Oh, do you want my story?
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. Now, I come from a baseball family, and so I played baseball all my life. Around about, I know I might have been about 20 years old. Friend of mine, the great Christine Jacker, invited me to come join her softball club, which I did and loved it. And so I played men's softball for many years, and then sort of worked my way into coaching, and now that's primarily what I do because I'm too fat to play properly. So that's good.
Now, I have to ask the players this question, which is, now you all mentioned right at the start what position you all play on the field. If you had a preferred position where you love to convince your coaches to put you, be careful how you answer it, where would that be?
Oh, God.
Oh.
What about you, Juz?
Shortstop. I mean, I was born to play shortstop.
I was going to say, you're a shortstop all over.
Yeah, it's really my second position. I don't know why I don't play there more often. Come on, Ray. I got the lips for it.
We'll talk about it.
All yours.
She already plays 2 positions. She plays centre field as well. And so, you know, come on. What do you want to strike everyone out and catch everyone out? What else do you want?
I don't know about mine. I played probably 4 or 5 different positions over the last couple of seasons, but kind of happy to play anywhere but pitching. That's the only one I don't want to go.
I wouldn't want to pitch either. So you keep me on the left side of the diamond and I'm happy, coach.
I reckon pitcher. Get all the attention, get
Ooh.
get control of it. I don't know. I reckon everyone secretly wants to be a pitcher.
It's lonely out there.
What about you, Ray?
If I played every position on the diamond, so I just went where my coach told me. So but I played mostly third base as I got a bit older. So and was happy there. But like I said, and could play anywhere. Even pitched, but you know, got smashed everywhere but the roof of the mouth basically. So you know, not very good at that. But yeah.
Now, any highlights throughout all your softball journey so far?
I think for me that hit. That's it.
Absolutely.
So that's my one highlight. That's my reel, just the one hit and then yeah. Done.
So not being in the Australian team, Amaya. That doesn't mean much.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
she's
just
in the
got
under
a
18.
uniform too, mate, didn't you?
Pardon?
You just got your uniform too.
Yeah, just got a uniform. Bit upsetting because there's no tournament, but still nice to have it. Just wear it around the house everywhere.
Yeah, wear that thing to bed.
You'll get plenty more uniforms, I'm sure.
Yeah, you will, mate.
Probably a highlight for me would be probably winning nationals a few years ago. Would probably be pretty up there, but yeah, it's pretty hard to pick just one. There's so many good memories out there.
Totally agree, Shezzy. I mean, we all play the game because we love it, but a highlight, obviously, for me would probably be the 2 Olympics. Yeah, playing your sport at the pinnacle is a pretty cool feeling. So I think they'd be hard to top.
And I'm the same. The 2008 Olympics would be the highlight for me so far.
I have to ask, obviously softball being an Olympic sport, how surreal was it to walk out there representing Australia?
Yeah, it is surreal. That's probably a good word for it. My first experience was back in 2004, so I was quite young back then, first time to walk out, so I was probably a little bit overwhelmed. But yeah, I had dreamt of playing in an Olympic Games since I was a kid, so surreal, exciting, and fun, and yeah, something that I hope every little kid can do one day.
Yeah, I'm identical to Stace. It's, you dream about, playing in the Olympics as a kid, and that's, one of the reasons, what drove me to play the sport. So to be able to reach that pinnacle and stand up on the dais was, really a dream come true.
And only 10 years to Brisbane Olympics, so you guys need to hang in there, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you can play with May again. It'd be great.
Taking my spot. She's taken my spot by then, Ray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about that?
Now, do either of you have any future ambitions in the sport of softball? I think we just almost touched on it just a moment ago.
Got one for you, May, I reckon.
I think, I think everyone, when you start off and play for a bit, like the Olympics is just, like the girls said, just the absolute pinnacle, and just being able to wear the green and gold and play, all the other countries, it would just, that's a dream. That's what that'd be just insane.
You can do it, May. Hang in there. Keep working.
Yep, agree.
I just want to keep enjoying playing with people I enjoy playing with, having fun. Kind of probably closer to the end of my career than the likes of Amaya, but as long as I'm enjoying it and playing with, this team's we have a lot of fun every week in, week out. And yeah, I just want to keep doing that and playing the sport we love.
Yeah, I agree with Shez. I love turning up every week and being able to play for the mighty Panthers. It's such a great group that we have together, and we've been playing for quite a few years now, and just to have the juniors like Amaya come up and be permanently in our A grade team, it's we do have a very good culture and a very good vibe to our team, and that's why I guess it keeps the love and passion for me within the sport. And obviously, aside from that, this year it's about getting to the Olympics in Tokyo. So that's the goal for the moment, and striving to win a gold medal.
Yeah, I concur with Jazz. Love Panthers and will continue to play that as long as I can. But short term is the focus on the Olympics, and the even, I guess, finer focus is the gold medal. We've won a silver and a bronze, so there's a colour missing, and I think we're on a good track to winning the gold. We had a good couple of weeks down in Canberra the last few weeks. I think we gained some momentum being all together again. That was the first time in 12 months we'd all been together. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting back on the diamond with the Aussie spirit, and performing for a gold medal in Tokyo.
Can't wait to watch. Awesome.
What does the sport of softball mean to all of you, and especially being there at the Brisbane Panthers?
off. I mean, softball's for me has been my life. It's my profession. I play a lot of softball, so it's pretty important to me. You know, to make friends is an amazing thing in our sport, and to compete is also an amazing thing at many different levels. I think is fantastic. But the Brisbane Panthers club in particular, I've played for the Panthers since I've moved to Brisbane. I'm a through and through Panther and would never change now. They're a fantastic club, very family orientated, very, you know, happy to welcome people in. And they just create a great atmosphere to play each weekend, and to play with the likes of these cool chicks on the screen and under Ray is a privilege as well.
I guess, yeah, I'll go next. Panthers it is like a family. This team, we've got some young ones join this year, but the core of us have played together for many years now. We love being on the field together. We have a really good vibe going in our team, and we really enjoy our weekly games. Softball as a sport, to me, it's like ports, it's your life. It's not my profession, but I guess I don't know where I'd be without softball. Through everything in life, softball's kind of been that constant, with the support, with the people, the game you love. You get to go out there, you get to play no matter what. No matter what level you play, no matter who you play with, who you play against, you still get to get out there and play the game you love. So yeah, it's a pretty big part of my life, and I hope it continues that way for a lot longer yet.
I'm the same. Stace, that's hard to follow. Yeah, softball's been a very big part of my life for a very long time. And I love being a part of Panthers. Again, I love the culture and environment of the club. But I love the sport, and I wouldn't play it if I didn't love it. So that's why I continue to play, and that's why I continue to play for Panthers every week, and I will continue until I don't enjoy it. So I think it's going to be a part of my life for a very long time.
I think to me, softball, it's like, being like, I'm so nearly 18, so it's like been a big part of my life growing up, especially being a teenager. And I think it's always something that, like, just every week you look excited, you're pumped for softball on Saturday, training, getting to be with the same girls, being in different teams as well, and just like having a shared goal, like your whole team, and like getting like the grand final, for example, like we all wanted to win, and all the energy in the dugout was just insane. And just being a part of that, like being a part of moments like that I love it. And, you know, can't imagine any other, like being with different people, and just, I don't know, it's just everything. And being at Panthers, I've been there for not as long as these other girls, but 4 or 5 years maybe, and getting to grow up with the same girls and playing the sport you love. It's just all the banter and the sledging, even though brutal, but like, you gotta love it. Makes you a better person.
Not sledging.
A2's brutal.
Yeah, look, I just love softball. I've been given so many opportunities in softball, from playing and getting to travel around and meeting people. You know, most of my friends are in the softball community. Wouldn't have met them if I wasn't in softball. Wouldn't have got an opportunity to coach, especially teams like this. For goodness sake, have a look at the players I get to work with, or you know, get to watch. How about I say that? They're just fantastic. It's if you would have told me 20 years ago I'd get to be around people like this, I would have freaked out. I would have been very nervous about it. But thankfully, they're all good. They're good people, and Panthers, really accommodating and look after us and care about what happens to everyone, and that's a really good thing. So I love it. Love the sport.
Now, what would be your advice to people out there that should get involved in softball, especially down there at the Panthers?
Just do it.
Sign up for the Panthers, best club in the comp. I think softball's such
Club champions as well.
club champions. Yep, got it all on the resume. I just think softball's such a inclusive game for all types of people and ages. So why wouldn't you want to be involved in a sort of a family-orientated sport that it's quite challenging? You can learn resilience and compete with some pretty cool people. So it's get out there and give it a crack. Go the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't think it's never too old. You're never too old to get started either. So, like, you don't have to be a young T-baller to play the game. You can come in at masters level and play and still enjoy the game for what it is. So, it's for absolutely everyone, as Stacey said.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, people from all walks of life, all different health backgrounds, any kind of background, everyone can get out there and have some fun.
Now, let's finish off with a couple light-hearted questions about the team. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moments on the field this past season, and what was it?
Ooh.
Macca did trip over her feet a few times.
Oh, every game.
Yeah, let's put the girls that didn't show up in it.
Yeah.
Throw them under that bus.
But it is true. You ain't lying.
I think it'd have to be Mackenzie. I don't even know how she does it, but yeah, always falling over, always smacking it, just brutal.
She's got a pretty funny sort of rah as well, doesn't she? She sounds more like a cat than a panther.
I'm pretty sure Brooke McNamara would have done some really crazy stuff too. And Vogler, she was a big one. Always.
You just like that.
Now, who's the comedian? Who's the comedian in the team?
Jazzy.
Yeah,
Suzuka.
We should have got Bazooka
I
on.
was like, yeah, where is Bazooka?
What a shame we didn't.
Justine takes the cake for the comedian.
Yeah.
Any good singers and dancers we should know about?
Jazzy as well, I
Rosie,
reckon.
you're up.
You should give us a set
No. I haven't warmed up the pipes. So.
But you do sing a bit, Justine, and you do dance a bit too. You do.
So
I think I'm losing you guys. Struggling to hear.
I don't know if this is going to work into my next question then. Is anyone into their TikToks on the team?
Oh,
No.
Young
ones.
Naya?
No?
no, I'm not. I think Sophie would. Sophie's trying to get the out
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. She's probably gone viral a few times.
Yeah. Does anyone have a pre-game superstition or ritual as a player or obviously a coach?
Well, one thing that I think every softballer is superstitious is you try not to break up your routine before a game. So if you've been doing something, and we made a point of this year, if you've been doing something all season, don't change it, right? If you've been winning and doing it, warm up a certain way or whatever you're doing, keep doing that. Don't break from that, because it's a well-known thing that once you do, the vibe changes, the energy changes. It's bad luck. So that's probably the most superstitious thing for me. Well, they all patted me on the head before they went on the diamond, Will. That was
It worked.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
And we'll finish up with this one last one, which is, how was the celebrations like afterwards, after winning the premiership?
So we got a nice complaint.
Very tame.
And we made some new friends.
It caused a blackout, Will. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But everyone got home fine. Everyone was safe, and no ball players were harmed.
Good answer.
Just full heads the next morning.
Well, Ori, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us tonight. Obviously, congratulations on winning the A1 Women's Softball Championship. It was well deserved, especially going through the whole year, almost virtually undefeated. But we might just put that one loss as a hiccup. But well done, congratulations. Best of luck going into next season, and let's hope you can back it up again and make it, I believe that would be a three-peat if you win it next year.
Don't put the curse on us. So cool.
Thank you so
Good on
much.
you.
Thank you.
Will.
No worries. And
Hey,
of course, that is the Brisbane Panthers A1 Women's Softball Championship team. Of course, they went back-to-back a couple of weekends ago. And of course, if you want to get involved, we'll put all the details up on how you can get involved with the Mighty Panthers in 2021-22 season. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.